Reactions have continued to trail the verdict of a governorship election petitions tribunal sitting in Kano State in northern Nigeria. The new Nigeria People's Party, the NNPP, blamed its presidential candidate in the 2023 polls, Rabiu Kwankwaso, for the loss of Kano State Governor Yusuf Abba at the tribunal. The party alleged that Kwankwaso sold NNPP to the ruling All Progressives Congress for a ministerial slot in the Bola Tinubu-led government. The tribunal had on Wednesday sacked Abba and declared the APC candidate Nasir Gawuna the winner of the March 18 governorship poll. The NNPP chieftain in Southwest, Akonde Onileura, said the party's loss in Kano corroborates the anti-party allegation against Kwankwaso. Well, to further discuss this development, we're joined by Sanusi Bature, Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Kano State. Sanusi, thank you very much for your time. I don't know if we can call him governor or former governor, seeing that INEC asked or ordered that his certificate of return be taken from him. But we seem to be going back to when courts determine who will hold an office position, because politicians are desperate to win by all means, or sometimes because INEC fails to do what it needs to do, carry out its duties adequately. What's your take? How do you feel about the situation where the decision of who leads the people lies in the hands of the court as against the hands of the voters or the people?
Thank you for having me. And the first point here is the issue of condemning Kwankwaso or blaming Kwankwaso for the failure at the tribunal is uncalled for. Why? Because the party under the able leadership of the national chairman Alkali has not done that. We have an internal crisis of the party. Some people are used by the opponents of the party to probably make allegations and counter allegations on some issues. So that apart, you're talking about the judgment in Kano. It came as a surprise to us. Why? Because the case has been described as a weak case filed by the APC. Everybody knows that in Kano, the Kwankwasia movement and under the NNPP has the largest followership in Kano. And during the first election, we were able to pull 18 out of 24 members of the National Assembly, House of Representatives. And then we're able to get 2 out of the 3 senatorial slots to our credit under the NNPP. And during the governorship election, my principal, His Excellency Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf, was able to get over 1 million votes, which I think is the only governor with the highest number of votes, over 1 million in the whole country. And then we get 26 state assembly members out of 40. The APC is having only 14 out of the 40, and then PDP is having none. So this clearly shows that NNPP has the control of Kano, at least.
So but Sanusi, the court has said now, finalized that your principal didn't score over 1 million votes. It's because, if you look at the votes that were voided. So can we keep saying that he scored over 1 million votes when the court has said that he didn't score?
Yes, this is one of the strong area of our argument for going to the appeal court. Why? Because the 165 vote plus that are voided are actually contrary to the law. Why? Because the Electoral Act, Section 63, subsection 2, says the fact that a ballot paper is not stamped or signed or dated, it can still be accepted. It shall, the law says shall be counted for in as much as INEC official determines that this is from the bunch of the ballot papers supplied by the INEC itself. So therefore, you cannot say the 165 unstamped ballot papers belongs to NNPP alone. There may be unstamped ballot papers for PDP, and also same for the NNPP, which is challenging the victory of His Excellency Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf. So to us, this judgment is preempted even before the judgment, because members of the APC are seen to be discussing the victory. And then 2 days before the judgment, they have prepared and lined up their supporters to come out and jubilate the victory at the tribunal. So we believe that this is a preempted judgment. They know the outcome of the judgment. And then particularly, this manipulation is done by the national chairman of the APC, Ganduje, for a simple reason being that he's afraid for what we started, the proof of the dollar video. The dollar video has been at the State Public Complaints Commissions, and the file has been treated. So he's afraid of such things. So therefore, he's all out to ensure that he manipulated the court process.
Well, that will probably be down to the courts, But I want you to give me your view on the fact that the judgment was delivered via Zoom. Are you uncomfortable with this? Do you think this, one way or the other, casts a question on the credibility of the judgment?
Well, completely not comfortable. Why? Because our lawyers and myself, with the other senior stakeholders of the NNPP in Kano State, were at the court premises. So we were asked to go for security screening so that we can enter the courtroom. We entered the courtroom thinking that the judges would be present to deliver the judgment. A few minutes after, then we realized that a screen was placed, and then a Zoom link was opened, and then they started delivering the judgment via a Zoom. To us, we are not pre-informed about this, and I think if court decides to do anything apart from the normal routine, at least our lawyers should be informed that, okay, this judgment is going to be delivered through Zoom. And then even at Zoom, we say, okay, we're delivering this judgment in Zoom, and we are from Lagos, or we are from Kaduna, or we are from Abuja. But we don't know the location of the judges. We don't know where they are, and we were not pre-informed that, okay, there is going to happen through Zoom. And then from the information we have, those judges were in Kano the night before the judgment day.
Okay, probably it's a matter of safety. We know that there were riots in Kano just after the results of the governorship election were announced, and that even led the police to, after this judgment, impose a curfew around the state. But we should have time to take your thoughts on that. Now that the NNPP has said it will appeal the tribunal's judgment, what grounds do you see the party presenting before the Court of Appeal that could possibly overturn this judgment? We're looking at voided votes that were not stamped or signed.
Well, the law is clear about this, and then many thanks to Nigerians who are all out there trying to analyze the outcome of the judgment. One major ground is the issue of the voided 165 plus votes or ballot papers, and then the law is clear. Subsection 63, section 63, subsection 1 said they should not be counted, but subsection 2 of that same area under the Electoral Act as amended 2022 said that they shall be counted for in as much as they are from the bunch of the ballot papers. So, and they are. So the fundamental question here is that, does APC have no agent, party agent at the polling booth? They do. And these papers were duly accepted and counted for at the polling unit, and then at the collation center in local government and in the state. So His Excellency was officially declared by the state returning officer, and there is no any avoidance of doubt that this judgment is going to be overturned by the upper court.
Sanusi, Bature, we'll be watching this space, and we'll definitely keep our eyes on that situation as it proceeds to the next phase of appeal. But thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.